Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is episode 15 of Arc 2 of Better Than Heroes. I'm Rachel Weeks, and I play Klik, the Tohr-Kreen fighter.
I'm Andrew Ovredahl, and I play the human bard, Flute, Whimteaser, a.K.A. the Windrider.
I am Jordan, totally not playing Valheim in another window doll, and I play the Moonboy, a level 7 Moonboy.
I'm Aaron, better not be playing Valheim in a different window, Urist. Sorry.
Oh yeah, my middle name is Or What, bitch.
Fair. No cause for profanity. Urist. I'm Aaron Urist, and I play K.A.I. Hammerstein, the Artificer.
Hi, I'm Harlan, send you to Valheim Kelly, and I'm the GM of this game. I am everybody else. That was a threat, just to be clear.
In just a few minutes, we are going to play some 5e Spelljammer-inspired Dungeons & Dragons. But first, we have some very special shout-outs. Our show is brought to you by the wonderful, the fabulous Big Top Productions.
Big Top! Big Top! We love Big Top.
Our show is live soundtracked by Jason Wardell, and it is directed by Case Drury of Tiger Moon Productions. And now, for last week's recap.
Oh man. Last time on Better Than Heroes, after landing on the surface of the planet Glyph and scuttling the Mind Flayer flagship known as the Nautiloid, the crew faced an abandoned Mind Flayer laboratory which contained a secret portal to the moons of Garden. With Windrider's gang of Kuo-Toa fish people in tow, they entered the lab. Within the first room was a forgotten captive in chains. The crew's surly new confined friend was a shadow elf, a Shadar Kai named Jack Holt, as well as his giant toad companion, Bessie. The crew undid Jack Holt's chains and learned that he had been trapped in this lab for months, maybe years. The crew began to explore this room and its glowing pink pillars when the prodding of a trapdoor on the ceiling caused a group of oozes and a giant scorpion to slip through the cracks in the walls and attack. The oozes were dispatched when one of Windrider's fish friends betrayed him and tried to stab him. After being melted with magic, the fishman's brain crawled out of its head on legs and attacked as well. With all the attackers destroyed, Jack Holt recognized Windrider as a former widower and identified himself as a famous widower defector known as the Pale Elf. After flicking Windrider menacingly, Jack Holt said goodbye and finally escaped the Mind Flayer laboratory, riding away in his toad's mouth as the crew began to find their way deeper inside. The danger is gone, right? No more danger. Now where is that portal? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes!
Woo!
And we're back. First off, before we go into it, shout out to Al Riley, who is their 21st birthday today.
Whoa,
shout out.
Man.
I gotta do it. Shout out.
Happy
Love a
birthday.
Pisces. Okay.
HBD.
So you all find yourself here in this broken, abandoned laboratory. Jack Holt has ridden off into the night in the mouth of the toad, and you all are here in this room inside of a place where you know there's supposed to be a portal to the moon that the moon girl is on in some way, shape, or form. You don't know. But here you all are. You have found a door. Kai has found a door that is kind of like embedded sleekly into the wall. And with the oozes defeated, I'll leave you all to it. Just in this kind of like falling apart, decrepit chamber.
I would also just, I mean, I gotta get this out of my head. I just can't get rid of the image of Jack Holt leaving and then, like, sinking into the mouth of a toad while doing this.
Yeah.
Toad just leaps away. Like, that just happened to us, basically.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't think we'll see him again.
I think we will. I think we'll see him
Ooh.
when we least expect it.
In
There
our
he is.
dreams.
Oh, never
I
mind.
don't dream.
It was Klik.
I hope not. I'm like rubbing my neck. I'm like, did he? He didn't mark me, did he? Did he put like a sigil on me?
Did he lick
I
you
don't
or
think.
flick
Oh, it
you?
says kick
Yeah,
me.
I thought he licked you.
Flicked me.
Flick me. I thought he licked you too when he said what he was doing, and I was like, I knew
You
there
didn't
was
see
going
he
to be a
used his
problem.
finger and he flicked it. The rudest thing
I
you could do to
I
someone.
knew this kid was gonna show up and lick somebody, and it was gonna get weird. I knew it.
It's okay. Listen, he's gone. And, we're all alone here. Or are
was
we?
cool.
I mean, this place was
Probably
pretty...
could have used his help, but
I will say, like, this place is pretty crawling with monsters for a guy to be imprisoned down here that long.
for
you know?
years, and never
then
did the monsters show up.
They
I guess he
Sir,
didn't
he-
go.
he-
He didn't. He was chained. He didn't go poking around. We poked.
Go poking
and
around.
there we
I guess
go.
I'm thinking...
Jack Holt was a widower legend.
To be fair, he
pale
didn't
elf,
specify
huh?
how long he was here. It could have been 2 days.
15 minutes.
He did. He said it
specifically
was-
said that he couldn't
No.
remember how long it
Yeah,
had
he
been.
specifically
He said it, he lost count after.
Maybe he's not a
what
good
was it,
counter.
100?
He
Yeah, he could
seriously-
be right.
He gave
He'd
off
probably
some,
been
like,
here for like an hour.
Yeah, he's a softie.
Yeah. I'm just saying he seemed like maybe somebody'd been in there stirring the soup a little bit, if you know what I mean. So maybe time was different from him. He has the brain span, the attention span of a goldfish. We don't know.
Right, he was there for 100 toad days. It's a very
Anyway.
short period of time.
Anyway,
Anyway, we should
find our way
probably.
out of here.
You
gone.
said
Yeah,
there. we
There's a
didn't see
door here
A
in
door
this
has revealed
wall.
itself.
Yeah, so you all have come
but-
down these stairs. There's kind of like broken bits of this laboratory all over. You found some tables with things on them. You know that there's a ladder where one of the oozes came out of, and there is another door that K.A.I found. That's kind of like a large sliding, kind of like a freight door that you could go through as well. But both of them are still closed. You have to.
And there are glowing pink pillars everywhere, right?
Oh yeah. That
and they're all
Moonboy
glowing. Just so I understand, they're glowing in unison.
Yes,
They're
there's like a
pulsing, yeah.
They're pulsing.
exactly.
I'm gonna cast Healing
Makes me
Word on
think-
myself, like as I'm kind of still rubbing my neck, as if that's like painful for me.
That's
Oh,
what hurt
please
you.
do.
It's from that little the fish boy who got me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back
Right.
full.
Okay, cool.
Klik is gonna go check out this sliding freight door and try and give it a shove.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a strength check.
Can I help out? Too late?
26.
With a 26, yeah. Flute, you start to after you heal yourself. You get up there and you just see Klik just almost pull it off of its track as it seems to be kind of like rusted and stuck there, and it just gets shoved and goes flying back that way.
Got it.
Done.
Yeah. And there
What is beyond?
you can see more pink pillars that are kind of just like glowing and continue on this track. If you imagine like power lines kind of continuing on throughout this room, you can see it in about 20, 30 feet forward. There is a kind of like a drop off that seems to crumble toward the edge there, and it's hard to see exactly what is there without going into the room itself.
I'm going to send our dear friend Bessner ahead.
great.
Okay, cool. With that,
Fluttering
Bessner,
off into the darkness.
Bessner floats into this room, and as you all are kind of like preparing to move into this next room and gathering yourself together, Moonboy, you have a sensation that you've had one time before. Which you know that it happens quickly, but this unfolding of it seems very slow, where moonlight and kind of like fog starts to spill out of your hat, It happened one time before when you were in the belly of the widower ship, the Ark, and you slayed a golem who story you seem to just be told very quickly by the moon from that lives inside of your hat. And now this like spilling of fog, this moonlight pours out, and the hat almost, none of you all like see this because it doesn't physically happen in front of you, but the hat moves up and puts itself up over your head in this simultaneous act of you being drawn to the moonlight and drawn to pulling the hat on, and the hat like encouraging itself to be on your head as well. So if you were to watch Moonboy, it just looks like he puts on a hat here, but it's kind of outside of your pure purview here.
I must see the moon.
Yeah.
Sometimes the hat puts you on.
Yeah, exactly.
You put the hat on. Sometimes you stare into the hat. Sometimes it stares into you.
And as per usual in our game, when Moonboy speaks to the moon, Aaron, if you want to voice the moon after
Totally.
we Case, could you go ahead and throw up the art from this week, which is an amazing drawing that Jordan did of the moon.
It's the moon.
Can we see it?
It's on the Twitch
That's
stream.
exciting.
Yeah, and so, I'll throw it on Roll20 for you all. But while I'm doing that, a fun little announcement. It is also we were able to this last week unlock the our fifth emote, and so our new emote this week is the moon itself. So reminder to subscribe to our Twitch channel. But it's so
I feel like
good.
I understand the moon more than I did.
Aaron,
The
it's
voice
you as the
is gonna be
moon.
better now. Than
It was the shortest art stream we've ever done, and it was the best. It was so
Yeah.
great.
When
no
you
one's
sent this
ever
over,
drawn such a good picture of me before. Me.
when we had this
all of us.
great conversation on our Thursday stream in the dungeon about how good your art is as like storytelling in itself, and this is just like you see it, and this is the moon.
Hello,
So-
Moonboy.
Yeah. So again, you see this starry kind of foggy scene where the moon turns itself around, and you see the moon's face to you as you put your head in the hat and see your moon yourself. But for the first time in your memory, the moon is joined by someone, and it is a small bat with a tie around its neck that is glowing the same color of the moon. And Aaron, if you want to take over here, the bat is just going.
Don't worry, man. I've got it. I'll handle it.
What's
Hey, Moon Boy.
Yes,
We really
hello.
needed to talk to you.
What's going on?
This is my friend, a bat in a tie.
Hello. A bat in a tie. I like your style. I've met some moon bats recently myself. At least I assume they were moon bats.
Yes.
Totally.
Excuse me. The bat switches out of its bat speak and goes into common. And
Holy shit, you can talk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you
Yes.
not know that? What happened to that other guy?
goodness,
I
no.
was making a joke.
Yes, I've never heard that one before. Anyway, back to business here. This is the person that I have. I'd like to file a complaint about.
Don't talk to me that way. I'm the moon.
I know, and I wish that you would solve this problem for me.
What's the problem, man?
Working on it, man.
The problem is that he just keeps pulling bats, celestial beings, out of nowhere, and they are disgruntled. They're living their lives, and they are being forced to do his bidding.
Hey, listen, I mean, I summon them over the side, I open a door and they can come through. They seem pretty gruntled when they get here. I'm not making them do anything they don't want to do.
Look, Moon Boy, some of the bats got together and hired a lawyer.
That's me. I'm an elemental bat lawyer.
So listen, I mean, I'm just trying to survive out here in wild space. I just leveled up. I got some new abilities. I don't know if I can control this. I don't mean to rip bats through from the other side. It just happens.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying that we don't want to provide this service for you and that the people I represent don't want to provide this service for you. I'm just saying that maybe we should come to some sort of agreement.
Isn't it in your contract already? When you're an elemental bat, you could get pulled into the material plane by someone with moon powers.
Implying that without putting some sort of strict, mutually agreed upon regulations there is just taking advantage of us.
Thank you, the moon. Thank you. Well, fair enough. I don't want anyone to feel like they're getting taken advantage of, and I apologize. What's your name?
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew?
I know, don't get into it. It's not funny and it's not fun.
I wasn't even going to.
Okay, I appreciate it.
But like Bartholomew or something seems...
Something like that, yeah.
Right there.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Right.
How many more?
Nope, that's the one. It's like, I am sorry, and I apologize, and what would you think? What are these terms?
Well, if you could put forth a list of sort of entourages that you might wish to seek for different purposes, then I could find positions to fill those purposes, and, just if we have requests from you, maybe we could make them from time to time as elemental animals that live amongst the various planes of existence.
Okay. Seems like a pretty specific nerf, Bartholomew, but that's fine.
No, I'm open to you being able to go about any sort of summoning that you wish.
Go
as
about.
long as it's...
Again, it's like...
The
it's
moon.
Like
Can you do...
I mean, it's like he's
I
trying to
object
avoid the bat
Moonboy,
puns.
please.
He kind of adjusts his single tie, the only piece of
This
clothing he has
gentleman is a
on.
lawyer.
Can't
I've
you
got
see the
weed
tie?
on
How do
me,
we know
man.
I'm not a lawyer? I don't remember what I did before the time that the moon went away.
Moonboy, you're not a lawyer.
I know.
All I'm saying is, if you would like for bats to consistently show up for you, we are more than open to that. As long as it's an agreed upon circumstance
Okay.
where we are able to ask you to show up for us at some point in time.
Quid pro quo. You got it. I did say quid pro quo, but that's not me trying to sneak out of this deal. That's because I love puns. And I hope
Yeah.
someday you'll come to love them too, Bartholomew.
Honestly, that
I
seemed
love
like a
them.
very fun one to me that was less centered and focused on me and more just fun-loving pun. And
It was
I'm
a
amenable
little
to
bit of
that.
a non sequitur, but I'm, still dialing it in.
I enjoyed that a bit more than the roast of
Me too.
a bat. Yeah. So,
Random humor. It's you should check out Tumblr. I'll show you.
So what's the agreement here? Moonboy gets to get summoned by bats?
no, he can consistently summon bats. If he has any other requests for other beings to summon, just give us a sent word. And yes, we can maybe summon him once in a while.
Okay. I think that's a great deal. And just
Interesting.
like,
I'll have to check the player's handbook, but
I think it seems like, honestly, I don't. This is a question that comes up. What happens to the fey creatures that get summoned and slain in our names? And, I know they go back to the Feywild and they get to romp and glump once more, but it still hurts to get torn asunder by a planet that has teeth or whatever God decides to throw at us next time.
Yes, and honestly, there are plenty of elemental fey beings who would love to have a romp and get splatted into bits, and that's what I am here for, to make sure you line up with the correct...
I mean, maybe it's
entities.
just maybe it's a subconscious thing. Literally, it's just I'm opening the portal and the bats keep coming through. I like
that's
bats.
sort of on me, Moonboy.
That's-
Yeah.
That's fine. I like bats, and
You
I remember.
sort of get your powers from the moon, and
Yes,
I didn't really
That's
read all
fine.
the fine print.
I suppose there's been times when I've felt deep down in my moon bones that I could summon other creatures more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Well,
But I suppose I've been a little scared.
Well, the bat's smile gets very big at this point, and he adjusts his tie again. He's like, "If you want to have a conversation about that, you hit up me, Mr. Bart, attorney at law."
right.
Bart the
We'll
bat.
send a letter. This definitely could have been an email, but it's fine. I don't even. You're really not supposed to be in here.
Well, there's desperate times cause for desperate measures.
You
I
didn't
understand.
try anything
Listen,
before showing up here,
It's
so
all cool.
it's fine.
The moon. This is we settled it. We hashed it out. Bart made moves. I respect the hustle.
I live here, man.
He
And the
says,
thing is, we're not really
sorry.
sure where here is. So
Look, I'm sorry for shouting. I love you, Moonboy.
I love you
Bartholomew,
too, the moon.
you can get out however you got in.
he goes, "I do what I got to do. The squeaky bat gets the grease." Is that a pun? I don't know. And he starts flying away.
All
And he's like,
right, there he goes.
"This is an agreement. This is an agreement."
agreement.
He says,
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
bad
worry,
squeak.
it's just a verbal agreement with a bat and a hat. It's not
That's
legally
like-
binding.
You're describing like 70% of my friends.
Well, anyway, that guy had been in here for a real long time before we
Yes.
managed to flag you down.
All right. Well, you
So-
probably want some alone time.
Yeah,
All right. Well.
I'm tired.
Oh, by the way, I think we're
It
pretty
implies
close.
that I sleep.
I think we're pretty close to finding the moon girl, and I think that means that
Whoa.
we're pretty close to finding out what happened to you, the moon.
Incredible.
I know. I love you, the moon.
I love you, Moonboy.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And here.
And so
Takes
none
the
of the
hat
rest
off.
of us heard any of that, right?
Zero.
You might have heard,
Yeah, it's just
you might
like
have heard Moonboy talking in
Yeah.
the hat.
I'm just gonna stand. I'm just standing there staring at Moonboy.
Yeah, Kai didn't hear anything.
Yeah, nope.
And you've seen Moonboy plenty of times in moments to like kind of get guidance one way or the other. Stick his head inside of his hat.
I wonder
he
what's
eating
going
in
on in
there?
there.
Everything all right?
Yeah, he comes out and he is indeed eating a piece of a sandwich that was in the hat.
Just so sweaty from being in the hat.
Oh God, no.
Okay. He just kind of slicks his. Where were we? Oh,
What do we
still
get?
in.
Warnings? What kind of
Yes, it's
okay?
fine.
dire
I
information?
I seem to have
any
stirred things up in
soothsaying?
stirred things up in the Feywild. At least it wasn't an emissary from the elemental. No, it was an emissary from the elemental plane.
Really?
Oh, well,
Boy.
either way, things seem to be fine.
Wow.
I think it's fine. So this
Interesting.
lab, huh?
Oh, right. Yeah, so Besna just flew into the darkness.
Yeah. And if you connect yourself with Besner's
I do.
eyes, like seeing
do.
through her eyes, you can see pretty much what you see on the map here at this point.
I see stuff moving.
Yeah, we have some. I'm using in some of the animated spells
Wait,
that we have here to
I'm not sure if I'm
hide
seeing
bits
it
and pieces
correctly.
of the map. Well, just to give you a quick picture, regardless. You step forward and there's this large empty chamber. The room that you were previously in was very cluttered with kind of bits of broken tables. It seemed almost like a high school science lab, as there were just like all different tables with different things on them, and they've fallen apart and kind of been broken in the disrepair that this place has been in. But now that you step out into here, it's kind of like an open entry hall, and there are again this kind of like split of like arcing pillars here that are the glowing pink pillars you've seen since you've come in here. You can see to your right as you step through another sort of like alcove that has just a very dim blue glow to it, and in front of you there's a drop off and it just seems to go down as Besner flies over and looks through, and she she can see that it just goes down and down and down into an empty abyss. But across from that is clearly where the portal would be, as there are these very large carvings of runes on the edge of a domed wall with pillars on each side of it that are not glowing pink, and a large cutout in the ground. As she flies over, she can see it looks like a dried up pond on the ground here with one large rune in it, something that a pool, you can imagine, you've seen portals before, a pool of energy might fill up here, but it's not full at this point. But it is clear to you all that is the spot where the portal is. And with that, you hear Talon, your NPC compatriot, look over at you, and she's like, the portal's supposed to be there. Then that's when Nyx, my sisters told me the story of the portal that she went through. It's right there. I don't know. I can see where the portal will be at, but it's not there.
Do we have to turn it on?
Not great.
Yeah.
Perhaps we have to turn it on. Let's explore the area a bit, I suppose.
Yes,
Is
that
there
sounds
a,
about right.
going back into this room that we were, is there a way to lock or bar these doors right here that we came down? Right here? I'm pinging it.
Yeah. You can do an investigation check if you're looking for... there are two large doors that kind of open at the very entrance at the top of the stairs. You would need to find something to
Now,
push in front of it or bar it.
Are we still in the room where these slimes came through the roof?
Yes, you still have the ladder that's up to a locked door, trap
The
door
door
at
is
the top
locked.
of it. Yep, it's right here on the map. What'd you get on the investigation check?
10.
10? Yeah, it would take you a while to get enough debris to kind of prop up against there, so you could spend about 10 minutes if you wanted to with your friends, getting like bits of the tables and stuff to push against the door if you want to. But
I don't know, I'll run it by him.
Should we block this door in case we get any visitors?
I mean,
Best bet might just be to try to get out of here quickly.
yeah, we should already be out of this room.
I'm going to tentatively step into the next room. I'll scan the area for like pressure plates and stuff.
I follow.
Make sure I'm not going to trigger a trap.
Tentatively, specifically scanning for traps. I'm on high alert for traps.
cool, give me 2 perception checks then.
You got it.
Perception.
And you are definitely welcome to move your tokens along with you. Flute, as you ask that, when you ask if you want to close the door, your gang of fish folk, who have been pretty quiet so far and just like listening to you all chat and observing you, but when you ask this, they're like, we can push, and they all step forward together and they're like, we could push things. Would you like us to push things against the door? And Dupa, kind of the leader who seems to have a relationship with you and it has gained some sort of position of authority with this group because you have shown a liking to him, is like, Flute, Windrider, should I have them push the tables, this debris against the door?
Yeah, thank you. Right.
Wonderful. He whistles. I don't know if fish folk can whistle, but they can now. And yeah, that's it. Woo!
Exactly.
And you see them all start to push some of just like a broken, fallen over table toward it, and they get behind it. And you see, while they're doing it, this blue arcane hand seems to form next to them and helps them push it, and they easily push it over and block the door.
What is this hand, and who is doing these spears and stuff?
Oh, they have like a collective magical
Yeah, some kind of-
consciousness weapon. It's cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
School of
It is cool.
School of
magic.
fish magic.
that's right.
Can I do... Have I ever seen anything like this? A collective... Nah, I haven't seen it. I don't think.
No, you can do it. It's a hard check, but you can do it. Absolutely. Do a history, or you can also do a religion check if you prefer.
Oh, I'm bad at all of those equally.
Then
Alright,
pick
just
any
for the
of
fun
them.
it. Just for the fun of it, because me, the player, wants the lore, please.
Love that lore.
15.
15. Yeah, I think they're casting a spell somehow, but you don't know how they're doing it.
Okay, cool.
And they barely even seem to notice it. So what did you all get? What did you all get on those perception? checks?
23.
9.
9. Moonboy, you're flying around in your moon boots, lighting up the area, and you are just covering every piece of this entry hall section. And you see 6 glowing pillars kind of like in this V line here that seem to lead on. You see to your right here this blue glow. There's definitely another chamber over this way, but you find no traps. It seems that this place is not... it has just kind of been left, and it used to be occupied and has now been left. A thing you do with over 20, a thing you do notice is that the pillars seem to be going up into these tubes where the rest of everything else except for what is above the pillars is rock. It's just kind of like this is a carved out underground space, but the area right above the pillars is this adamantine tube that just seems to continue on into the room.
What? Like a ventilation system almost?
Almost, yeah.
Whoa. Is it connecting all of the pillars?
Yes, it seems to be touching all of the pillars. When you go back and if you float into the earlier room, you can see that above all of those pillars. Yeah, it's harder to see in the front room as it seems to be more embedded in the rock, but you can just see this bit of adamantine.
Whoa. I can see it now on the map.
That little like outline.
Okay, we got Is that it?
Yeah, it seems to just continue on. And you can't quite tell where it goes or what it is, but it is connected to these pillars.
Does it lead to this trapdoor?
Yes, it does. It is connected to where that ladder is, absolutely. So you can see, I mean, you all can see here on the map that there is this space in front of you that you can go into. Moonboy, with over a 22, you can see this kind of like cutout in the rock that's over here as well. That seems to be like closer to this platform. But you do know that adamantine like column that is attached to the ceiling is leading to this ladder as well.
Okay, so
something I'm thinking out loud here.
the Moonboy kind of flies around and he notices this thing on the ceiling and he's going to glide back toward the trapdoor following this weird apparatus in the ceiling, and he's going to go up and kind of look at it and be like, I think we have to get somebody up there.
Could be.
I mean, it seems like
last
whatever...
time we pushed the door, goo came out.
I do remember that.
What's on the left side of this room? This left wall. I'm going to meander in that direction.
Nothing. I mean, it's just kind of like a stone wall. It is very well carved out. You can see how bits like around here and here are crumbling from just disrepair of this place, and you can see like pathways, like deer tracks in the woods of the oozes moving in and around and just decaying bits and pieces. But right here, nothing.
I wish to look for secrets.
Well, you rolled a 9, so... Yeah.
Oh, no.
For those to look for pressure plates in the floor. I can't examine the wall.
Why are you looking for secrets there?
Because...
Okay. Moonboy is going to,
I looked for secrets in the other room, and I found a door.
It's true.
I would like to try to get into I would like to try to open this hatch.
Cool. It's locked. If you go up and push it and you like play around with it too, there's no more ooze that seems to be coming through here. But yeah, it's locked. Sure. Yeah, if you have anything you can do about it, it seems to be locked from the other side.
I'm our rogue.
And forgive me, what is this? If you described it, I didn't hear this on the map. I'm pinging it. It looks like a square.
It's square, yeah.
That is absolutely where an ooze this one of these acidic ooze sat for a long time, and it just decayed into the ground
Cruddy.
more and
Cute.
more. Like yeah,
That's cool.
like
Goo lair.
Can I go help Moonboy with the trapdoor? Try and just force it open?
yeah, absolutely. You can do a strength check with advantage because Moonboy's helping you.
Great. Yes. I will get guidance.
Okay.
I can't believe guidance is a cantrip. I love it.
Yeah.
I swear to
believe it.
God, I rolled a 2 and a 1. So, that's not moving. Okay,
So
new
what's
door.
what's your strength?
7? Like, it's not going to get me that high.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
roll guidance, but like...
I mean, you could roll the 4 and it might get you over 10. See what happens.
You just you just kind of like almost ripped the last door off the wall, and when you hit this one,
Yeah.
it's like a big old metal bar or something.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't rattle that much. It just kind of like you just
It's-
thunk against it.
Yeah, it's 12 is as good as it gets, so...
You know.
I'll walk over to this little area, and I'm kind of just like looking around, and I'm also definitely listening. I'm just curious if there's any sounds, even some small ones.
Yeah, do a perception check.
Can I?
Yep.
Can I also investigate this trapdoor a little closer? See if there's a way. I specifically want to see if it's locked from the other side, like padlock style.
Yeah, he said it was locked from the other side.
It
Oh.
was, yeah. I tried lifting it up, and it clinked like it was locked, and then the ooze came down. 9.
9. Dead silent. Just nothing here. Like as you walk in, the crunch of like pebbles on your feet almost echoes through this chamber. There's just nothing.
And there's nothing in this room of interest, really, at all?
There is a blue glow coming from that is like lighting that room. That seems to just be coming from the floor. You've seen rooms like this that have, just like light cantrips built into them in some way, in the same way torches are put in buildings. But it is definitely coming from the floor. You'd have to go farther in to investigate it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll call K.A.I over, like,
Kai, what do you make of this blue light?
I'll take a look at it. Can I examine the area?
Sure, but you can do an Arcana check.
Whenever I imagine Kai doing these checks, it's all like weird lenses snapping into place and like
Absolutely what's going on. His crazy monocle eyes spinning
Totally.
and stuff.
For some reason, I always picture like a recipe book too, like a of cards, just like
sure.
A Rolodex in his eyes.
yeah,
with magic.
yeah, like it's exactly a Rolodex type of thing. It's weird.
I
And then it
will say, as Flute and Kai are looking at this, the cartoonish moment of all of the fish folk just like peering out of the side of him. They're examining, and all the fish folk just look like, what could it be? Is it the sinker's power? Is it a place of home? There's just like whispers about the sinker's power.
The Moonboy kind of sees them and he's like, I remember when I was like that. Real Windrider fanboy.
Windrider rider.
And then Jack Holt flicked him in the neck, completely emasculating him.
God, I love our series of guest power dynamic of like you being in love with Valerie for a while and it like flipping hard, and then
yeah.
Flute being in love with Cyrus for a moment, or just like being like passionate about him, and then that's sorry. What did you get on that Arcana check, Kai?
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. This is a arcane circle. That is, you can see the runes that are lighting up this part of the room, and the room is circular shaped. The runes are in a circular shape. This room is built for magic, and it is built for conjuring something. And you don't know what, but this is definitely a summoning circle.
Can you...
It is a summoning circle. I don't know that I want to think about what a mind flayer would want to summon.
Can we walk in the
I'm
room?
going to wander into the next
don't
room and just take a closer look at all of these pillars and sort of wander off in the opposite direction of the group. But she's particularly drawn to these light sources. That's a sort of an inescapable attraction.
Bug fact.
No.
Bug fact.
Does it seem like this area is connected to the pillars' energy?
You got a 20, so no. Like the same adamantine track does not connect here. The other, as much as this isn't a hard rule in Magic, this is a blue glow, and the others have this like pink purple glow. And
Fair.
it's not a hard rule, but it is a general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell if I feel like we could walk through here? Or are we gonna get zapped?
With a dirty 20, conjuring circles are usually not traps. So you can roll if you want to get past that, but I think I want to be hard with that.
You could
Look at
roll
K.A.I
if you want to
and
get
then
past it, like a forward roll or like a side roll.
Or I've made some cinnamon rolls.
The fish folk turn and look at you and go, "Shall we venture first?"
I'll look at K.A.I like,
I want to die for you so bad.
Maybe just one.
Maybe one.
Okay, so
Moonboy
as you're
calls
going
in.
to-
Let's wait. Maybe.
Hey, what are you
Let's
guys doing? Better
Who
not
knows
be
what are the
anything
secrets?
unforgivable.
Who knows what other secrets this room could hold?
Let's cut over to Klik first. Klik, can you roll? You can either roll an investigation check or an Arcana check, whichever you would prefer. And
those are both great.
Talon can give you advantage as she rolls up behind you and is kind of like hanging out with you in this moment and also peeling away and looks at you like, what do you think the move is?
Oh, Christ. You said Arcana or Investigation?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are both bad. So, 12.
12.
I don't know what's going on here. This isn't my area of expertise. All I know is I don't like it. Can I do send a pulse of psionic energy into the light source? Just zhuzh it?
Do you have something you can expend for that? Do you have
A spend?
Psi point.
something you can expend for that? Yeah, because you have.
What is?
I
mean, I could make. I
gives
can.
you like a mage hand.
Yeah, I can. Well, I have a mage hand. I have mage hand, invisibility, magic weapon, blur. That's not gonna really do anything.
Well, I'll say. What is?
But
what
I
is
can I can use. Can I make a light attack roll and then just add a telekinetic strike modifier to it?
If you have.
It's a weapon attack. Never mind.
If you have a charge of the omnipothy engine, if you expend a charge of that, yes. I want you to spend a psionic resource to use it, and then if you do that, we can do it.
Okay, sure.
Cool.
I will spend a charge on the omnipothy engine. I think is probably the way to go.
Cool. So yeah, there's just this. As you've been working on focusing your powers and your ability, the engine glows here as Talon is like, yeah, well, I don't know either. And then all of a sudden, you feel as you're trying to figure this thing out, and you're trying to connect it. You push past your physical body to kind of use your psionic energy in the same way you're moving things around, and you just feel it's almost like a magnet in the same way that you are drawn to these pillars, or like a magnet would suck to a refrigerator. You feel your consciousness just sucked into this pillar for a second, and you can see it's like when the time that you connected with that helm, and you could see all around the ship, but you could see. It's like an animal running fast down a path, and you can see all throughout this building. And I'm going to drop this here real quick, so you should be able to see this very soon. as there is it's just like a time-lapse video almost, as your vision just goes throughout the building. And I'm just going to move all of the kind of like hidden spots off of here as you connect with it, and you can just see this whole place for a tiny second, and then it snaps
Incredible.
away. Yeah. Also a good moment to shout out Joshua Smith, who made this amazing
It's so cool.
multi-pieced map.
It's an overlay. This is rules.
Yeah, he's getting very good.
Crazy.
Okay, so this so I can see this, or did this unlock something? I guess I'm not super clear on what like.
Yeah,
This just flashed. You now know all of this in your mind. You know
Yeah.
all of these passageways.
It's the moment in Ocarina of Time where you get the map and it goes from being just a cursor moving around to you to seeing all these things. So you don't get too much information about it as it moves throughout like a blur, but you definitely get like this is the composition of this laboratory.
Oh,
Talon looks at you and is like, "Are you good? What just happened?
What-
There was like a
What
surge.
was that?
There was like a surge of pink light."
I can see the lab. I could feel the lab. I know where to go.
The Moonboy comes flying back in, and he's like,
I can't get it, but if someone has a pencil, I think we could probably. What's everyone looking at?
She just draws 2 ovaries.
Totally.
Health class.
Yeah. So these like the right and the left branches are those are walkways.
Yeah, I mean, you're
That I
really
can-
not 100% sure. It seems like these are pathways in some way. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I meant a pencil to open
Amazing.
the trapdoor with.
You connected to the central. I wonder what this is. Some kind of psychic resonance?
Well, what's.
Maybe it's something in the rock above is feeding into this place. I don't know.
So what happens if
Well
we
done.
go that way?
and he points toward the blue light.
Yeah, do any of the fish boys go in first?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Where does it
There's
lead?
a summoning circle there. I don't know. What's the... You said you can see the place. Where should we go?
I don't think we need to go that way. There's these power sources. I'm not sure that on each side of the lab. Maybe they turn they turn the portal on. I don't think we should risk the summoning circle.
I agree.
There's ways around.
Can we get into the pathway that you see? Does the trapdoor lead there?
No, I think they're there. And she'll gesture kind of, I guess over this, like, cliff, basically. This, like, pit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
so, like, to the naked eye, it looks like a pit.
Well,
yeah, this is definitely a pit right here.
That's a pit, yeah. And then, but, like, underneath this, it was just, like, rock.
Yeah, like
Right.
this upper structure here is the adamant. You can imagine, like, you can
That's
see
all
the
above
adamantine
us.
path.
That's all above us. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, so that's
This-
upstairs.
This
so
I
is
like
see, I see, I
if we
see.
go through here and then go
Totally.
here, there's a
Then
ramp
we can
that
go
takes
upstairs.
us up.
I see. So, yes. So
I can take a look at this trapdoor. I might be able to get it open.
yeah, I mean,
Got some
we
tools.
can go
Okay,
through the
come take
summoning
a look.
circle, or we can go left through this
Let's
other
try.
door.
Let's try
There's
the
a door to the
trapdoor.
left.
Is there?
Well, we tried the trapdoor. I can't get it open. Somebody else can try.
I knew there was something over there. Can I look for a secret door?
Yes, you can.
I
Now
found
you can
one
look through
secret.
it.
Kai has found one secret door in this place.
You can absolutely
Yeah.
look for a secret door over there now because Klik is able to communicate to you that
There's
something
something
over
to
here.
the left. Yeah.
Right.
Just while you're doing that, roll that check. While Flute is still over here alone with the fish. Yes. Flute is still over here alone with the fish. The fish look at you and
Alone
say,
with the fish.
Sinker, should we go through for you?
No, I don't really know about this magic, and if K.A.I doesn't think it's a good idea, it's probably not a good idea.
He said it was a good idea.
They all bow and they go, "Yes, Sinker." And they just kind of settle and look around and wait for their next instruction. What'd you get on that investigation check?
22.
There is specifically no secret door here, and you have to go a different way to get up and in that room.
Okay. Nope.
You won D&D, Harlan. You need
No, Josh made this amazing map, and he gave me such a good rundown on all the entrances here, and that's just not one of them, and I'm sorry.
Let's take a
All
look
right.
at the... I don't think there's anything here.
I will say,
There's something on the other side of that wall. Maybe we can't get to there from here, but
Sure, maybe we
I
have
saw
to
it.
go around.
It's like a green glow.
Green glow, that sounds promising.
with that high of a check too, you can see that there is a bit of pink light spilling out over here that seems to be in this upper area. Just like a bit of the adamantine wall has like caved in, and there's an access point here. You can also see that pink glow coming from over here a little bit, as in this stairway like connection right here is a place that you could get up. And then also from Klik's description, this is going to connect you as well. So you kind of have a couple of entrances that are just not that wall.
Well, I'm going off of Klik's description, so
A couple of
I will
entrances
say
that are not.
let's-
You said this spot is a ladder.
Yeah, it's more of a open window above an abyss.
Sure. What is this thing? This guy.
Still with an over a 20 roll. It seems like this is some sort of chute that you can see a bit of decayed wall here. It's as if, especially Klik with your knowledge, kind of like of the layout of this building. It's some sort of like almost like a laundry chute. Logically, would not go down there, but it's kind of caved in a way that if you sent someone small like Moonboy up, he could maybe push through and get to the top there. But he could also fly over to this
Window
opening.
just as
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah,
Not
way
sending
pretty
him up a
creepy.
decayed laundry chute.
I could also send Besna up to fly around. It's close enough to where I'd be able to see.
Well,
Why don't I send Besna up this opening that's on the left side of the
Do a
abyss?
whole lap.
oh, this one.
Just have him do a little lap through the
Sure.
adamantium tubing and see
Let him
what
do
he
a
sees.
little lap.
Yeah, sure. So you're sending your hummingbird
Sending
familiar up and through
My
that area.
familiar. Yes.
Yeah. So as it wiggles its way through this hallway, you can see everything you see on the map here, and it's more clear than the rest of the area. Everything you've been in seems like a decayed chamber. All of the walls are adamantine. It's very sleek and smooth and cleaner than the rest. It seems that there's not a lot of ooze decay up here, and there are all of these crystals, and each of these pink dots is a crystal that seems to have this same pulsing energy that is pulsing in unison. It's a lit up strip that is walking through here, and I guess like if you have any specific, is Bessner going for the door over here? Is she just peeking in over here? What's her kind of like trajectory?
She'll fly up to one of the crystals, and I'll take a look.
Sure. Yeah. It
Through
seems
her
to be. There seems to be some sort of connection to. You can see like threads going off of it, almost like veins of this pulse as well that go through the adamantine walls, and you can imagine how there is a connection between these pillars and these lights as like ley lines or ventricles, veins of sorts of this just slow pulse of pink energy. If you have any specific other place to
They
explore.
correspond to the pillars. Interesting. I'll have Bessner take a lap down and look at the trapdoor.
Sure, yeah, there's a big, thick metal bolt that has, it's just a barred door that is set in place on either side of this.
Okay. I could go around to the other side and try and use my thieves' tools to open it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with Bessner there too, you can roll with advantage to as you are trying. You're not picking a lock, but jimmying a lock. You know, you're like getting a piece in there to just try and shove something on the other
I'm
side.
using like the long sticky pieces of my thieves' tools to sort of move things around and get the bolt flipped over.
Yeah, I in high school I used to lock my keys in my car a bunch because I was very irresponsible. I got really good at picking my door lock with a clothes hanger, and this is
Exactly.
that similar thing.
That's what I'm doing. I'm stealing your
Arcane
high
and
school
cool.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's.
Cool.
I think I can get us in there.
This is up through the trapdoor.
Up through the trapdoor. I suppose we should all be prepared to move forward.
Let's party.
If anyone needs to rest, I suppose now is not the time. Who knows? when the
I would
will
like
show up.
I would like a short rest.
I would
that-
like that for everyone as well, but
Okay, well, I mean, just
We're still on the
Short
Mind Flayer's
rest.
planet. and
Yeah, I'm not
lot
trying
of
to take a
Sotos
nap
don't,
right now.
short rest
Probably
now
not.
means long life later.
What did you get on that check to jimmy the door?
didn't roll it yet. Roll it right
Okay.
now. Thieves'
yeah,
tools.
yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
22.
Yeah, cool. Between you and Bessner, kind of like flicking back and forth between her vision and your vision, you're able to just slowly high school Harlan jimmy that lock open. And you all can explore this upper area, but before we cut to break real quick, Flute, you're standing there on the edge of that circle, looking at it. The fish folk are looking at you, and you kind of put your hands in your pocket for a tiny second, and there's another piece of paper in your pocket that wasn't there before.
You're losing
And
it.
it said on the piece of paper, and this is just a moment. Don't listen to them, Andrew. You just listen to me, all right? On that piece of paper, it says, "Walk into the circle," and it's in your own handwriting. And you can do whatever you want with that, but that piece of paper says, "Walk into the circle."
Well, oh my gosh. I'm gonna turn to Dupe and be like,
Did you put this in my pocket? Is this a joke? Did you put this in my pocket? You put it in my pocket before when we were on the ship.
Not unless that is a friendly trick you would like me to do. Should I start putting notes in your pocket? I can start putting notes in your pocket if you wish me to.
You put this in my pocket. You
I do
put
not.
this in my.
I would never.
Moonboy hears them.
No,
squabbling.
no, he does not. No, he does not. You can do a perception check if you want, but I'm isolating Flute intentionally here. If you want to do a check,
Okay.
you absolutely can.
I would like to.
Okay, do it. Roll a d20. I'm
Yeah,
gonna roll against you. I got a 19.
I was waiting for the check.
Yeah, what'd you get, Moonboy?
At 20.
Okay, cool. Absolutely, you can join this conversation as you hear Flute squabbling with the fish folk.
Such a
I
nonchalant drop.
specifically
Matt,
heard him shouting at the fishman, and he comes in and he's like,
What's going on here? What are you doing? What are you shouting at him?
He's playing a prank on me.
I'm kind of just like, I'm really like studying this fish guy to see if, because he was present the last time I got this note, and now I just got a note when he's roaming in. Can I do an insight roll to see like how earnest I think he's being?
Yes, and also Moonboy, you can do one too if you see all these fish folk. Like he makes this accusation against the fish folk, and the fish folk are like kind of like pointing at each other and like shrugging. They're like, "No, we only do tricks to our we don't know tricks. We're not good at tricks."
25.
What'd you get?
17.
Both of you know that these fish folk are deeply earnest. They are trying as hard as they can to please Flute, and you can see them be embarrassed about the fact that they would be playing a trick on him that would cause him any disturbance. So they're being very honest.
Moonboy kind of looks at them, and then he looks at Flute, and he's like,
Come on, guys. K.A.I got the door open.
and he kind of shakes his head at Windrider, like,
What are you yelling at them for, man?
Something's wrong, all right? Something.
and he comes back.
Yeah,
Cool.
I guess I'm gonna look at this note again, and I'll like look at the circle, and I'll be pondering that
Are you walking
as we go to break. What's that?
Sure. Are you walking back with the crew? Or are you stepping in that circle?
Oh, you want me to make up my mind before break?
I think I want you to make up your mind before break, because we'll enter break in a different way, depending
Okay.
on...
Yeah, I think I'll look at the note again, and I'm just kind of thinking about the first note I got, I was on the Mind Flayer ship, and now I'm in a Mind Flayer lab, and I got a note again, and I don't want to be manipulated mentally by some Mind Flayer trickery, so I think I'm not going into that circle, but I am very creeped out by the note, and I save it along with the other one, and I will join my friends over at this ladder.
Great. Okay, cool. Yeah, just... I love this, Jordan, you played that. I did not mean to yell at you. You played this beautifully, too, of like... I love Moonboy kind of like looking over his shoulder and Flute being like the last one to come. Even the fish folk are like, yes, we will do it. And they walk over and you watch Flute just look at the circle and then look back and then make the decision to come and walk toward you all. And you all can head up that ladder and we'll cut to break and we'll talk about what's upstairs when we come back.
Ooh.
Do we have an announcement we want to do?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome.
We do. Right before we drink, we pee. I do want to shout out that we have a very, very special stream coming up on Friday. So if, Case, if you could throw up our little ad here, we are going to do a one-shot that is Valerie's, the Vindication of Valerie.
Yeah.
And it is going to be starring some very special folks, but it is going to be following immediately what happens after we saw Valerie bamped into another place. We're going to see the exact moment following that, and it's
So
going to be an amazing session with some amazing D&D players I'm very excited about.
Also, shout out Nelson Jests with the raid.
Oh, yes, thank you so
Yay.
much. Thanks,
Just
guys.
in time for break.
Yeah.
But we'll
Yeah,
be back.
It's
We're gonna
be,
drink.
yeah.
We're gonna pee. We're gonna drink pee. We got an animated intermission. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. All right, see you on the other side, folks.
We love you.
man, that would have been good. Yes, I do know that weird Instagram you're talking about, Jordan. And we're
Called
back.
Sex is Weird. It's very funny.
Yeah, it's very funny. Okay, hello, here we are. You all are in this... Man, it's hard to turn the tone to spooky, from Sex is Weird to Spooky Dungeon. I'm not gonna lie.
She does a great comic where a guy is dancing to that song Get Low for the first time, and he gets low, and someone comes over and yells at him and says, "Only the girl gets low." And he's very embarrassed.
Terrifying. It sounds like a dream. A nightmare.
Back into
so
the
as
lab.
you all climb up, all four of you, and your NPC friend Talon, with her one mechanical arm, crawl up the ladder into this area. You see what Bessner saw before through her eyes. This very sleek, very smoothly crafted adamantine tube almost that seems to go throughout, and it's all lit by this low purple pink glow that leaves an almost like mistiness to this room. And you all can head forward here. You get to this split. You can see a left path and a right path, and the pink purple glow seems to get brighter down each path. You can see this laundry tube of sorts to the right here, as you get to the fork that seems to go down there, and continue on as you will.
Well, this way leads back to the summoning circle. She gestures right, and the left goes down into this room we haven't seen.
The green light you saw.
Yeah.
I suppose we should go that way?
Yes, let's go left.
Flute, are you alright? You seem...
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it later when we have a little time on our hands.
Are the fish with us?
You see them all like trying to go first up the ladder behind you. They're like, no, me, but they eventually pile themselves up the top of the ladder, and they're with you up here. Should we go back down? They say, as they can see that they've caused a bit of chaos or uncertainty.
What if we need to get out in a hurry?
We can't.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Come on.
They're
let's
all
go.
up here now.
The Moonboy is going to start heading down this way, and specifically, I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Sure. Yeah. Usually Detect Magic gives you this aura around things that are magic, and it is a blinding light. This purple glow, this mist in the room just flashes, and you can see almost where you're at. It almost bleeds through the walls, the magic of this rippling jagged cylinder that is this thing right here, and it's just if you did not cast Detect Magic, you can still see that there is a light that is getting stronger from that space, but as you turn on Detect Magic, it's blinding, and you can feel it's almost like warmth over you, and if you move up closer to it, you can see what looks like a liquid rock, which I understand doesn't make sense, but it is a cylinder, like a rock pillar, that is moving and swirling, that this tube seems to be built around here, and you can see adamantine, like an adamantine cage to it, but it looks like molten lava almost, but it's purple and swirling around and is full of arcane energy.
Is there a school of magic?
Yes, it is conjuration magic.
Conjuration. I call back down the hall. I'm like, guys, I think this is it.
I'll come up and
It what?
take a look. What is what? What? Oh,
No, but look at it.
what is it?
It's all conjuration magic. It has to be connected to the portal. I'm sure of
Must
it.
be.
He's gonna
This
tentatively
whole
reach
place
out
is
and
connected
touch this
to it.
purple light just to make sure it's not gonna set him on fire.
Yeah, as you put your hand through the light, it just kind of like goes through, but you can do a perception check real quick.
I'd love to. Or would I? Fuck.
We'll find out. Just so you know, Jordan, too, they're already putting sunglasses on the moon emoji in the chat. And
Yes.
it's great. It's really great.
12.
12, you see, yeah, it's not a hard find with the tech magic up. You see in all of, if you look on the map here, all of them have this like these spray out spots of color, and right there it seems to be a crystal embedded in the wall that looks like this node of energy that connects this larger molten rock that is in the rock itself. It has like an outlet of sorts that is built into the wall of this adamantine chamber.
But it doesn't seem to damage me when I walk past it.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
Great. Okay. Are you guys
So
with
the
me?
core is this molten cylinder.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, honestly, I don't see any reason.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say I don't see any reason to stop and go to stop. I mean, why would we stop? I mean, I'm stopping now because you're laughing, but I don't really know what's happening.
No, I mean, you tell me. I mean, you all. The party is kind of like here
My
in this
question
moment.
was
Moonboy has
whether
found all
any-
these things.
My question was whether this apparatus looks like something that someone or a mind flayer might interact with.
Are these
that make
like
sense?
spray out?
Well, I
Yeah,
think
can
this
you,
whole
like,
place
touch it?
is something in a mind flayer
The
would
whole
interact
place, but
with.
this node specifically, this area, does it seem like something that might be interacted with, or is it a larger piece of whatever this machine is?
Roll an Arcana check, please. And I will tell you, I've never been more excited for K.A.I to roll an Arcana check, and it's very tiered here on the amount of information that you get. So if you get a 20 or a 25 or a 15, you're going to get different information. Klik, you had an interesting question too, though. What was yours? Why he's doing that?
I cast guidance on myself by going
absolutely.
like this.
I was just asking if it was something you could touch. Are they like these little spray out points, or these like you can stick your hand in there?
There's an actual crystal that is like embedded in the wall that you can tell like through the slit in this adamantine is kind of like the focal point of it. It's an outlet connected to some sort of energy that you can absolutely touch that crystal if you'd like to.
Right now, she just stopped to look out this window, just to see.
Cool.
13 plus 8, 21 plus 4 from guidance.
Look at that.
There you go.
K.A.I, this is a you are a being who is unique magic yourself. You've not met anyone like you. Talon, when she first met you, kind of like commented on the fact that you were known. There's like stories about you and existing at all. And when you see this, there's just a little intuitive spark in your mind of like, you have never seen anything like this before in the books that you have read and the magic that you have done. It feels outside of those spheres, but it also makes sense to you quickly, where you see outlets, you see magic being held inside of it. You see this transfiguration of the rock itself. You've seen like you've seen these conjuration circles all throughout here, and it just feels like walking in to a dorm room when you're 16 and seeing all the band posters on the wall, and like something else is going on here that is outside of what I currently know, but I know that it's cool, and that's just what you see here inside of this. And these nodules themselves, they seem like outlets for arcane energy. Like arcane energy could go in or come out through them. And since you rolled a 20, there is like the dim flicker starts to feel like a flame going out, like this pulse of the pink energy. So it seems like if you put magic into them, they would hold a more consistent pulse, which connects in your mind of like activity could happen if that was true.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
It's true.
Wow.
Anyway, like I was saying, I don't think there's anything to see in this room. I think we should just turn around, go into somewhere else.
Miraculous what they've done here.
I'm
Such a
kind of
resonance I've never seen.
lagging behind the group, and I'm gonna pull up next to Dupa, and I'm gonna kind of whisper to him. I'm gonna be like,
Tuba, before when we were on the ship, you told me that there's someone in my head. You just meant my conscience, right?
I would not to pretend to know what is in a god's head.
Oh God, no, Tuba. I'm just a human, a regular man.
Roll a persuasion check.
No.
14.
I got a 14 too. I did it.
I'm gonna be like, you just saw me get flicked on the neck by Jack Holt. Would a god get flicked on the neck?
Sure, if it allowed for that worshipper of them to feel a moment of satisfaction and success, absolutely.
No,
humility is the
punked
sign
me.
of a truly secure being.
Well,
I
not
mean,
me.
he's right, man.
Dupa looks at this fish folk looks at you, and with its eye on each side of its head, both of them kind of like turn and look at you and say, "Look, Sinker. We did not have our own thoughts before, and all of our thoughts were given back to us by you and your friends. You sank our god's home. You are the sinker. We are not interested in much else. Allow us that. Or we will find another thing to worship."
That's fine with me, but first we should get out of here.
"We should get out of here," it says loudly, and all the fish say, "Out of here! Yes, out of here! Out! Wait, let's get out of here." And they kind of like look around for an exit.
Right, come on, my friends are down the hall up here.
And they all kind of like when you gesture, most of the fish folk go, but Dupa looks at you and goes, "Only you can answer to the voices in your head," and nods and continues with the rest of them.
Great.
Andrew, you can roll an insight check. Just roll a straight up insight check and tell me what you get.
Oh no, the dice are getting away from me. 9.
Okay, I got a 7 on my dice.
Okay, cool. I think I'm becoming increasingly worried that I just saw one of these creatures, their brain pop out of their head and run around the floor, and I think Windrider's a little concerned about his sanity.
Right. That's
cool.
my DM answer is.
I'm gonna catch up with my group.
Cool. All right. What are you all doing with this big old pillar over here with
I
with
think
these
if
crystal
we-
modules?
I think magic can be stored in this state. We could, a creature could draw magic from it, or alternatively add magic to this pool of resonance, which could potentially power this portal. Do I feel like I can interface with these crystals if I wanted to like try and cast a spell into this contraption? Or does it feel like that happens somewhere else?
With the roll that you got, these crystals are the place to, like, Talon is next to you, and she is kind of like, if you share any of this with her at all, she's like, "This is it.
Yeah, I'm talking
this
about-
is the move. We gotta power the portal. We gotta power the portal. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here before the mind flayers come." She's like clearly spinning a little bit, and
Right.
but she
I
is.
will help him out with whatever he's doing. We'll take a stance on another crystal or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. And it's absolutely. It is confirmed that like you feel like you need to pour energy into here. So yeah, I mean, I guess like. What do you want to do, Kai? I feel like I could guide you down this, but I really feel like you are staring into a hole.
I want
of
to try
mystery
and
here.
put some of my energy, like a spell slot, into.
Cast a spell into that
I
thing.
want to cast a spell into it.
What spell are you casting and at what level?
Well, I don't have a ton of spells, so I'll expend one of first level. Identify.
Cool. Absolutely. With this first level spell being cast in there, you kind of come up in your. You don't even need to touch the crystal as you cast a spell. You have to go through this verbal and somatic ritual to cast it, and you can see like a vacuum cleaner just like sucking up smoke. All of the arcane energy just being pulled into this crystal, and the pulse at something that is a flickering light before. The down dip of the light has decreased. It is a more consistent light and is a stronger light in this moment.
Does it change the hue of the light at all?
Now it stays purple, it stays pink. It just gets more consistent. And it seems like if this continues,
I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, I'll take a spot by a stone, and I'll spend another charge on the Omnip of the engine and try and shoot psionic energy into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so with this, there's another. Again, like the crystal just seems to suck this psionic energy as you feel this like blur around you. Usually you can feel it like spread out into the world, but instead it's just sucked into this crystal, and the pulse gets even more like rapid and consistent with the purple glow that is coming from this molten pillar.
Can I cast a D8 or a cantrip into it?
Yeah, you can try. Absolutely. What is it?
Sure. Guidance.
It just seems to float away from the crystal. It doesn't get sucked into it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It needs that fine, fresh squeezed juice.
It needs that good stuff, yes.
It runs on that good.
It runs on the good. All right. Well, honestly, I would rather cast a second level spell than a first, but I'm not going to. I will cast a first level spell into a stone as well.
Okay, cool. With that, Moonboy steps up to one of these crystals too, and at the same time, Talon also steps up to one of these crystals, and you just see when Talon touches it, like a bunch of bits and bolts that come off of her arm just seem to float out and then just disintegrate into this crystal. And Moonboy, if you want to throw out what yours looks like in there, it seems like.
The Moonboy goes up and he kind of places his hands on the crystal and he's like, oh, it's kind of and his eyes just light up with moonfire for a hot second, and he casts it into the spell, and he comes back and goes, warm.
Yeah, kind of shakes her head like she just took a shot, and she's like, oh. Looks at you, Moonboy, and is like, this is it. And it seems like you need one more level of spell to power this bad boy.
I've literally got one first level spell left. You guys want me to?
I can spend another charge if you guys want to save slots.
What about
I have a few slots, but not a lot.
Yeah, this is fine. I'll spend a third charge. I'll put two hands on it and shoot a little bit more energy onto it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and Klik again. When you touch this second nodule here, you feel that same kind of like shooting around of everything as your consciousness almost like flicks around the whole place here, and you see right here, it's almost like a fire being started in the pool, but instead it's this purple glow that is this cut out filling up that starts from the middle here, and you see the runes light up on the wall, and it's like it's raining too, but it's getting drawn in like a tornado forming of this blue purple mist, and it all just fills up this big pool in the middle of this room right here. And you all cannot see this because all of you are isolated in this tunnel, but Klik, as you touch the second module, you are zoomed around this room with your vision, this laboratory with your vision, and all of a sudden you're just kind of like floating in the middle of this big open cavern, and you're the one who sees this big pool fill and open up, and this throbbing pulse that is throughout the hallway goes from being like a pulse that like dips down to instead just this bright purple light that fills everything. All of the chambers are just full of this purple light that is emitting from Scully.
It's summoned the cat!
Summoned a cat.
Summoning circle.
It's summoned a cat.
No, Scully, no!
The beacon is lit!
Scully.
Beacon of Minas Tirith!
I guess we should.
I'll take
Something
my
happened.
hands off the. I'll take my hands off the crystal and be like, the portal's open.
I guess we should go.
That's it.
Cool.
I mean, I want to explore more, but we should probably just leave. How long will it stay open? How long of a window do we have?
I don't know.
Do you want to do an Arcana check?
I'd love to.
Well, am I the only one who can
Oh.
see it?
No,
If he can do the Arcana check, he should.
no, I think Klik should do it with advantage.
Okay.
And guidance.
Hey, that was a good roll. That was less good. 16.
With 16, you have a...
It's dirty 20 with guidance.
Look at that. Klik, you are seeing the Matrix here. You have, legitimately, you
You're
don't
the
know how you
Artificer
know this
now.
answer. Yeah. But your magic is a magic of, telepathy almost. This mental energy that just connects yourself so you know things without words very often. And you know that if you want to extend the opening the portal, you can pour more spells into it. But right now you have about a minute until it closes down, just because of the instability of the mechanism that you're using right now.
So is
It's
it
time
like
to
a
go.
spell a minute?
It seems that it's like my dryer in my apartment building, where after you've reached the cusp of paying for what you need to, if you throw additional quarters in there, it will give you a minute. But you
Maybe.
need to reach up
Maybe.
to that point in order to activate it.
Okay.
So,
What's the move? Do we just bust out of this place, or do we
I
try
mean-
to extend our time and try to see if we can find treasures?
I mean, I'm worried that there's treasures in here, but I'm also worried that there's treasures out there. Is this what growing up
I'm
is?
also worried about spending spell slots before,
Yes, we need
jumping
through
through a
those-
portal to an unknown
Right,
world.
so we
We
can
Probably
need them
time
to
to go.
survive. I
wow,
think we
Rachel, it's
should.
like you've been playing D&D with me for almost a year. It's
Almost.
great.
Time to
Listen,
go, kids. Let's
listen,
jump out
I
this
think
window
it's
right
time to
now.
go.
Listen, just 1 second.
Right.
Wait. I think I'm having an idea. What if we just... It was hard for us to get up here, right? What if we make camp here in this terrifying adamantium air shaft? We take a long rest. We can explore to our heart's content. We get all of our spells back. I know I could use them. And then we jump through that portal.
We're already
We don't have
3
time.
days behind.
We
No.
just don't have
Trapped.
time.
Crap, you're right. Let's go!
The Moonboy,
I have plenty of time,
the Moonboy blasts off for the portal.
Oh.
yeah.
I forgot about the moon girl.
How far is this jump from this window to the
It's about
platform?
to get there, it's about 15 feet, but it's also about 20 feet down. So you have to. It's a fairly easy jump. Like to miss the abyss, but most folks besides you and Moonboy will have to do
have this problem.
a
Moonboy.
dexterity saving throw to not take injury as you jump down.
Now, Moonboy, upon being reminded of this, it had completely slipped his mind that the clock was ticking and the moon girl is on the other side. He goes, "Oh my god, I forgot about the moon girl!" And he runs up to the edge and he rockets into the portal.
You just Leroy Jenkins us.
Jesus Christ.
Sure did. All right, let's get after him.
God, that scene. Oh, I just love that so much, Jordan. Of like all of this careful planning, all of this stuff, and then as soon as the portal is
so
open, it
funny.
says, and you remember it.
He forgot about the
You can
moon girl.
fly. You can fly. So you're just a rocket to the portal.
Oh my god.
All right, here we go. I will jump after him.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'll
just
jump.
I'm
Don't
not a
and
good
to make
jumper. I hope I don't die.
a dexterity
Oh my
saving
God.
throw for this jump.
Yeah, Kai first. Kai's got to do that
Okay.
first.
Do a flash
Yeah,
of
I'm-
genius.
I'm-
Cast guidance on yourself.
For sure jumping last.
Oh no, what'd you get?
10.
Oh, okay. I thought you got a 1.
Oh
Me
yeah,
too.
I mean,
No, I didn't get a 1.
That was a nat 1 face for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
roll
man.
well.
Tens are Aaron's nat 1, so to be honest,
It's his most
he's
hated
operating on a
number.
different scale. It's a 10.
Natural
It's a 10
10.
to 30 scale. And
It wasn't a
10 being the
natural
one.
10.
Ew.
I rolled below a 10.
I am so glad that you did not roll a 1 because I started doing like abyss
I'm glad I
fall
didn't roll
damage,
one,
and
too.
I was
Oh,
like,
God.
okay,
I mean, I
yeah.
would have teleported.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Okay, well, good for you.
knew
Why?
you
Well,
you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you
Ow.
jump down. You know this
shit.
armored arcane.
My
being that you
temporary
are,
hit points are gone.
and you smash to the ground
said-
here.
15 feet, 20 feet. So they're within 30 feet of me. Okay.
Yeah. So
Ow.
it's 20 feet down. So if
15
you
feet across.
fail the save, you take 2d6
All right.
bludgeoning
Somebody
damage.
Pythagorean theorem this for me. Are they
Orpheus.
within 30 feet of me?
Yes, they are.
somebody beautiful mind this shit.
I need 15 squared plus. I need the square root of 15 squared plus 20 squared.
That's my number one tip to any Spelljammer DMs out there is refuse to do trigonometry.
Yes, they're within 30 feet. I don't know.
Yeah.
D&D math.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna
Pass
ask
across.
the fish people. I'm gonna.
Can you jump? Are you any good at jumping?
we will jump for you.
No, you have to jump. You have to jump. You have to jump to clear that pit.
Do you wish us to jump?
Can you jump across without falling in?
Only fate will decide.
Well, show me right here in the hall. Run and jump. Show me your biggest jump.
49.
Oh man, I just rolled a 3, and so one of them just like looks like not breaking eye contact with you, just like hops forward and says,
Oh no!
They've got
They'll
that
be killed by
hand.
mind flayers if they don't jump.
They've got that
on.
hand.
I'm just making. I definitely don't have a spell that helps people jump. Oh god.
It's
jump
a
for you.
floating disc, baby.
All right, well, watch me. I'm gonna run and I'm gonna jump.
And I'm gonna run and I'm gonna jump. And I made a dexterity saving throw on par with Kai. That'd be an 11.
an 11 is you were also going to take this. You're gonna take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall and just like smash to the ground. And they look at you immediately and they say yes, and they all just immediately.
Wait. I'm gonna use a protective field on. I'm gonna use a protective field on Windrider to prevent some of this damage because he's a very delicate boy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna reduce that by 7.
Woohoo! Yeah, thanks.
Oh, this is where all the fish die.
Yeah, you hear my
And
ankle.
then-
You hear my
wait,
ankle
wait.
pop, and then I'm like,
It's fine.
And then-
It's fine.
I'm fine.
It's fine.
Harlan, I can use telekinetic movement on an object that is larger or smaller or one willing creature, but I assume there are like 35 fish.
They're 15.
15
I
fish
officially
at this
decided
point.
they're 15.
You gotta be that willing creature.
Well, I can jump. I'm fine jumping.
Yeah.
And teleporting one fish doesn't do a whole lot by spending my side eye.
You can save
a
Dupa
pretty-
if you want to. The one that is for sure
I'm
Flute's buddy. They can all make
gonna
it. you
wait.
know?
I'm gonna jump, and then can I use it if one of them looks like they're failing? I'll save one that's
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah, I will say this. Here's what I'm gonna say. This is why if I'm gonna roll 2d20 for their jump. I'm gonna set the DC to be 15, like I've done with your dexterity saving throws. If I fail on both dice, I'm gonna have Andrew roll a D20, and that many fish don't make it to the edge.
Oh,
whatever
God.
he gets on a D20. If I fail both, if I get a, if I succeed on one of them and fail on one of them, I'm just making this shit up. So if I succeed on one and I fail on one, I'm gonna have Andrew roll a D8, and that's how many don't make it. And if I succeed on both, they just all make it.
All right, let's see it.
Can I?
Let's see it.
Can I reduce that number by one if I can save one fish?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely, absolutely. So
I
you're
mean,
all.
I could try to chuck them, I guess, but I don't know how heavy they are. It
don't
doesn't
have
seem like a
time.
great idea. Yeah. Okay.
Before they do that, Kai, will you roll a d20 for Talon?
Yes.
Oh, God. Just.
I don't know what her modifier is, but she got an 11 on the die.
Okay, cool. So she did not succeed. So she also takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And so, yeah, you all just are kind of like, this is a rough jump. Like, there's a crack with all of you as you jump down here. Callan kind of like smashes her face on the ground here. It like comes up with like a bloody nose and like wipes it off. But okay, so here I'm gonna roll for the fish real quick. DC's 15. Oh boy, I got a 16 and a 5. So Andrew, if you could roll a D8. There is this like the first chunk of fish, just no problem, just kind of like ha ha, and now we sink. They say as they get across, they just kind of like flop down and slam down on their sides.
All right, come on. Classic Windrider natural 1.
Let's see it.
4. I have a point of inspiration. Can I use it to re-roll this D8?
Yes.
So then you can roll an 8.
No, 2. Hey, I saved 2
Yes!
lives.
Nice, you saved 2 lives.
And
Double fish
I
life.
will
Double fish
I will
life.
save one of the fish, and I will telekinetic movement one of the fish to safety by
So
spending it
literally
just like that.
only one of them falls to
Just
their
one.
death?
That's even
one
almost
misses.
more tragic.
Claude
I
Le
know.
Poisson.
As the rest of them, as the rest of them are like jumping across, you just see 2 of them like it's the last 2 together. They leap across, and both of them hit the very lip, and all of these fish folks slamming down has like wriggled free a bit of this decaying rock right here, and you see both of them just like and Klik, one of them is just pulled toward you immediately as it's like wobbling, and it just gets like shoved almost toward it, and you see that one just be like,
No, Harlan, this is so sad.
Can I run and slide on the dirt and try to grab it?
yes, but if you fail,
Oh no!
it's gonna pull you down too. So
Why would you do?
You get
Do
to
I-
roll this. DC
Is this
15.
is this like a bottomless pit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I? If he's gonna do that, Moonboy, he's not here. I was gonna say I'm just gonna try to stop him.
left.
Moonboy's not here.
Yeah, you
left.
You're
went
gone,
Oh man.
Leroy.
Oh my god!
I can't.
What? Leave the
dare.
fish.
No.
DC 15.
Do not you dare.
Oh man.
Flash of genius to save a fish. And
I will not use a flash of
I'm
genius.
frozen. I'm frozen.
Boy, why? I love that this is like what a delectable plot-changing moment of like
Unbelievable.
whether or not Flute decides to be brave and save one single of these 15
I feel
fish folk.
I feel so bad for these fish. Oh man.
What you doing, Andrew?
But I don't want to. I do not want to slide off the edge.
There's nothing down there.
What's the roll I'd have to make?
DC 15.
Acrobatics?
No, it's a strength or... yeah, I think it's just a straight up strength check.
Oh. Then I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't have any strength. I don't think I would do it.
All right. And
Even
you-
Flute knows his limitations, and his
Oh, man.
strength is among them. So I'll kind of like half start toward it, and like realize like, oh, I would probably get dragged off the edge.
Sad.
You reached you see that moment of like you could almost go for it, and the fish starts to sink, and it goes, "I'm the sinker," and it's just this like as it's like falling into the abyss, and it just like is like I don't know how a fish smiles, but in this moment you just see its face turn up. And it falls.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, through the portal. Through the
ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We gotta go. Let's get out of here.
Oh yeah, I'll run. I'll.
Grab Flute
Okay.
through the portal.
Yep.
Fishes to fishes, dust to dust.
Okay.
All right. Oh my god. All right, portal time. Portal
Oh, cool.
town.
Through the
oh, I
portal.
jump. Do I
Yep.
need to make a dex save?
Not at all. I've seen you jump
I
up
was gonna
mass.
say,
yeah.
This is a jump I'm pretty comfortable with.
Okay. One of the one fish folk that you save looks at you and says, "Amazing."
Okay. And she sort of
Amazing.
puts one of her hands on his face and keeps walking.
They have a new god.
And all of the rest of you all head toward the portal, and there's just a moment. There's just a tiny pause with the group, but they all look at you. All the fish folk look at you, Flute, and they all look back over the edge together, and they look at you and they say, "The sinker," and then they follow you toward the portal.
I
And
really thought they were about to Jonestown themselves right there.
Oh
I
God.
really thought it was about to happen.
I mean, it would be so much easier for Harlan if all of these fish just died.
I'm gonna save them at every opportunity. Because I like
This
Harlan's
campaign is
portrayal of
definitely-
them.
yeah, this campaign is definitely built on me making things easy for myself, for sure.
I adopt one carnivorous ooze, and everyone is on my case. And he brings home 15 fish people.
Not bringing them
14
home.
now.
14
are-
fish people.
Yeah.
They are
The
his
number's
congregation.
going down. The number's going down.
It's not like they're his friends. They worship him.
I think that before we're about to call it, but before we roll through this portal, I would love everyone except for Moonboy to roll a history check.
Please tell me that it's not like there's 3 portals, and the one that Moonboy went to goes to the armpit
Oh my gosh.
of the universe.
That
I
was
got
weirdly
a
good roll. 19.
What are we rolling?
History.
history.
History. Oh, that's good.
I got a 15.
26.
I rolled a 19, so.
That's in my wheelhouse.
I think this is totally me. I'm not tricking you here. I'm doing this for cinematic effect, but I think there's a moment where, as you step through, each of you have this moment of deja vu and recognition of another time you have seen a portal, and which is when you were on Firmaregna, and a portal kind of appeared out of nowhere. And you all step through it, and you just remember Janice and your friend this ooze who the droplet pulled from the pool, who said to you as she headed toward that pool of her own, like, that she remembered something of herself inside of this portal. And this is not, it doesn't look like the same color, it doesn't look like the same runes or everything. This is definitely like a different place and a different thing, but you have not seen a lot of portals this big and kind of conjured in the same way, where it's like a pool on the ground, and there's just that flicker of registration in your brain as you step through, and especially you, K.A.I. You're like, you feel that the person who made this portal is probably the person who made that other portal as well. And with that, we're gonna just go ahead and call it for the evening. So.
Cool.
Hey!
Wow.
I
Oh my
want to
God,
shout
I'm
out.
So glad you didn't make that strength check.
That was a
Christ.
very wise move.
Oh, good.
So scary.
We could be doing a different session next week. I want to shout out Joshua Smith, who made this map that we've been staring at all night, which is just incredible. He goes above and beyond. He's every map a story on Instagram, and he goes above and beyond, making us these custom maps that we've had for most of this, or all of this arc and most of this campaign since really Firma Regna. So just please go follow every map's the story. Joshua Smith is an amazing artist.
Heck yeah.
So
Also, big shout out to Jason Wardell for that portal opening music
Yes.
with the organ. Oh my God.
Very good.
So good.
Very Laserium.
Holy
Shout out to
crap.
Scully for knowing when entrance music is for her.
Shout out.
Oh, dramatic music? That's my cue. That's the most
Oh, me?
cat thing I've ever heard in my life.
Me?
And of course, a huge shout out to Big Top for helping us keep the roof on this flying umbrella week in, week out. Thank you, Big Top.
truly, we would not be able to pull off such fun, amazing things without our sponsor. And just a shout out Jason Wardell one more time. I dropped a link in chat. He put up the music from the Nautiloid fight, the Nautiloid session on
Oh,
Spotify.
yeah.
You can go listen to it. It's awesome. I listened to it while I sent
So
emails
cool.
today. It was amazing.
So good.
This Saturday, after you've watched the special Valerie Livray episode on Friday, on Saturday you can watch the Better Than Heroes Stream of Blood crossover in their open world Blades in the Dark game that we're a part of.
Heck
we are one
yeah.
of the crews, the Kinohora, and you can watch us play on Saturday at 6 Pacific,
And on
Very- always
Thursday,
a
I'm
very
going to
cool
be
I believe.
guest running a show on Stream of Blood this Thursday.
Whoa,
We're going to watch a
That's
gross
right.
What are you running?
horror tale. We're going
You're
to be
doing
running Call of
Neptune Society,
Cthulhu.
right?
It's a two-parter, unless everyone dies in the first part. It'll be a two-parter. It's going to be gross. It's going to be fun. Thursday night on Stream of Blood.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
definitely
Hell
gonna
yeah.
watch that.
That's amazing. I didn't
Yeah.
know that, Andrew. That's awesome. Yeah, so
yeah.
Thursday you got Andrew DMing, you got the dungeon. Friday you have a special episode of a tangential plot
It's gonna be
line in the
so
Better Than Heroes
fun.
world. Saturday you have all of y'all getting in. I cannot wait
It's gonna be
until
so fun.
you go into that ghost realm again, and that you guys are gonna get in trouble. I love it so much.
If you haven't watched our game of Blades in the Dark, Blades in the Dark in general is a really cool game that's really, really different from Dungeons and Dragons. It's an awesome game by Evil Hat, and I know I'm really excited to keep playing it.
Absolutely. The last one was a knockdown drag out fight, so I'm excited to see what the fallout is.
This art in Roll20, can chat see this as well?
Yeah, Jordan's character's ghost sister shot a cop and framed me for it.
Yeah, that's right. Sailor Moonboy.
Look at this Moonboy. Look at his big bow. I love it.
Sailor
Yes!
Moonboy. I love it so much.
Rachel drew this episode. She drew this Moonboy this episode, and then our producer Case put it with this amazing background. This is the fan art we love to see in the world.
Way better than I deserve.
I drew him completely without arms because
Incredible.
it wasn't supposed to be.
No,
the
they're under the
world.
cloak.
They're under the cloak. That's what I tell
Supposed to meet the
myself.
world.
But
I was
that's-
never supposed to see the light of day.
I want to see Windrider's tuxedo mask.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
We gotta get out of here.
The greatest character in the history of fiction, tuxedo mask.
truly.
Oh man.
All of fiction. Charles Dickens, go
All
fuck
of it.
yourself. Hack.
Shout out again to Al in the chat, who it's their 21st birthday and tweeted about
Happy
the show today.
birthday.
So
Happy birthday,
they win.
Al.
they win the Tell Your Friends About the Show award this week because it's their
Yeah.
birthday and they're here and they're talking about the show. Lots of other good folks. Thank you so much, everybody, for helping us continue to grow and get this game going. If you want to support the show, be sure and you can subscribe to us here on Twitch. You can support us on Patreon. There are lots of ways to do it, but mostly thanks for hanging out and thanks for
Heck yeah.
Well,
Come
Thanks,
check out our
everybody.
Discord. We're hanging out on there
Yeah,
all the time.
come hang out in Discord.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. Big stuff coming, by the way. Stay tuned.
big
Stay
stuff.
tuned. We love doing
Cool.
this show, and we love you. Thanks for watching.
It's true. All right, that's it. Get us out of your case.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than he.